This is the plaintiff, Roland Owens. He says he rented an apartment from the defendants who hid the fact that they were in foreclosure on the building and the bank is going to kick them all out onto the street with no place to go. The defendants should have told him the bank was going to take the building to give him some time to make other arrangements, but they didn't. And now he's out $5,000, the amount he's suing for. These are the defendants, Pierre and Dorothy Noel. Pierre says he's owned the property 15 years, and it's true. He had a dispute with the bank and they foreclosed on him. The plaintiff, however, wasn't thrown out because he had a lease, and he's welcome to stay as far as owing him $5,000. Nice try. They're accused of keeping a big secret.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff rented from the defendant who did not tell the plaintiff that the building was in foreclosure, but the defendants say that the plaintiff wasn't thrown out despite the foreclosure. It's the case of, I want some closure.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Roland Owens, you are suing Pierre Noel and Dorothy Noel for $5,000, a statutory maximum in your state. You want a $1,000 security deposit returned to you, and you want all the rent you paid from June through to September, which is the whole time you've been there.
Correct.
Right. You want that repaid to you because?
Because I spoke to the defendant before, and he told me that there was no issue with the foreclosure, and that...
How did you get an inkling that there was a problem with the bank?
He has a partner who I didn't know about, I hadn't met. He comes upstairs, knocks on the door, and tells me that the property is going to court in foreclosure.
The partner does?
Yes, shows me legal documents. So at that point, I text messaged Mr. Noel, and he said, yes, we're in court. So I said, well, I'm going to hold back my rent until you prove to me that it's out of foreclosure.
Why?
Because I felt that it's illegal to pay rent to someone if the property is going to be foreclosed and I have to move.
Where'd you get that idea, though? You're living there, right? Did
Correct.
the bank bother you? Did anybody throw you out or anything, or you've been living there?
At that point, no.
Did anybody throw you out at another point?
Yeah, now I have to move, yes.
Okay, so do you have a lease?
Yes.
Is this the last lease you had?
That's correct.
Okay. This isn't really a lease. This is a tenant application. On the top it says lease agreement. Yeah, that's a lease. That's a lease. I mean, so that starts August 1st of 2016, and it would end then August 1st of 2017, or really July 31st of 2017, right?
Okay.
Okay. And so when was the foreclosure?
The foreclosure just happened September 14.
Oh, so it happened after your lease was up.
Yeah.
All right. You get a knock on the door from his partner. Are you like having a problem with your partner or something?
Yes, 50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he knocks on his door to let him know that there's a foreclosure pending.
It's in the process of foreclosure, yes.
Okay, that it's in the process of foreclosure. So, and that knock happens when?
That happened in May.
Got it. In May of 2017.
Correct.
Sometime. All right, so you speak to him and he says, don't worry about it, forget my partner, it's gonna be fine.
Correct.
All right, and then it ends up not fine, but it's fine May, June, July, August, and when was the foreclosure?
It was scheduled for September 14.
All right, and then what happened? Did somebody sell it? Did they sell it? Did somebody buy it or no?
No.
Did you try to buy it?
No, I had it on short sale for a while.
But that didn't work?
That did not work.
Okay.
So Mr. Owen was giving a list when my partner told him that it was an illegal apartment, that it's in foreclosure.
Oh, wait, all that? And on top of everything else, it's an illegal apartment?
That's what he was told. So
Was it an illegal apartment?
No, it's a one-bedroom legal apartment with a lease.
Okay. Well, a lease doesn't make it legal.
No, it's a one-bedroom apartment. Fully.
All right, so I have a question. The foreclosure's final on 9/14. And what
that was the date of sale, Your Honor. I'm not sure if it was final. Up to the bank is still.
Do you have paperwork showing when it was foreclosed? Do you have paperwork showing when it was foreclosed?
Yes, this was on my door.
Okay, let's see that. Let me see
saying that. He no longer owes the property.
Owns the property.
Right.
As of what date? Does it say?
Yes, it's on there.
Yeah, so it's 9/22. All right, so the sale was on 9/24, but the foreclosure was issued and signed by a judge on 9/22. Right. And at this point, you're on a month-to-month.
At this point, they told me I have to move. So that's why.
No, listen to me.
I'm sorry.
In September of 2017, you have no lease. You're on a month-to-month by operation of law.
Okay.
You see? Because you didn't sign a new lease August 1st.
understand.
So that means anybody, I don't care who owns it, whether it's him or the bank or Periquito Perez buys it at auction, anybody could tell you, sir, here's your 30-day notice, you got to go. And you know that because you know how long your lease is for.
Okay.
All right. So now explain to me your lawsuit, because you want this man to pay you back the security deposit, but you're still living there. And who owns it now? The bank owns it.
The bank owns it, and they're
Right.
giving me
And there's a security deposit of how much? $1,000?
$1,000.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. And the bank did not negotiate it. You and the bank didn't strike a deal. They just went ahead. They got the foreclosure because they've been at this. How long has it been since you haven't paid the mortgage?
Right.
Yeah, tell me how long.
2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
Okay. And that's how long it takes, and yet everybody cries at the foreclosure.
So if the building's foreclosed, does the bank have a duty to return all the security deposits when the tenant moves out?
Absolutely.
Because?
Because that's the agreement. You put the security down, and I don't think it matters who owns the building.
I think you're right, going inside the courtroom.
So really what it is, Mr. Owens, is that someone else got to skate instead of you, and you don't think it's right. That's kind of what it is. But that's not a lawsuit, you see? You got a place to live. You got exactly what you bargained for. And it's really up to the bank to turn around. And I'm sure his credit is ruined and the bank is after him and whatever else. It's up to the bank to turn around and try to get paid for their 2 years that they didn't get paid. That's not your concern. You don't get to live there free just because he gets to skate on the mortgage free.
Right, and I understand that. But now, here I am. I got to come up with money to
You
move.
would owe it, but that's a risk you knew when you were on a month-to-month. That's why I don't feel bad on that part. Why is anybody supposed to feel bad on that? You knew on August 1st you didn't have a lease, so you either could have left on August 1st, which is what you banked on because that's how long your lease was, July 31st, okay? Or you could stay month-to-month. You chose to stay month-to-month, which means you get 30 days notice.
Okay, well, prior...
But you have a security deposit in play.
Yes.
Okay. So the bank should be very clear that there's a security deposit of $1,000. In fact, I presume your lease says that, right?
Yes.
Does this say that?
Yes.
Yes. So I have
Don't
to...
you know? The bank will. Yeah, it's right. No, it's not. Where's it say security deposit? Oh, this is a rider. Give me the lease, please.
Bottom line says security deposit.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is. It's on the bottom of this document. So I'm going to hand that back to you. And that's, you tell the bank, you owe me a $1,000 security deposit. They can't say, oh, go get it from the other guy. That's not how it works, okay?
Okay, so
All
right now, the broker, there's a broker that owns it, the property, so I would take that to them.
Oh, so a broker bought the property from the bank? Yeah, when you leave, that's the person who told you to leave?
Yes.
Okay, so when you tell the person, I have a $1,000 security deposit in play. You bought it subject to its assets and liabilities. The judge told me you're the one who pays the security deposit. And if you have a problem, you file a lawsuit against whoever that is. I'd happily take that lawsuit off your hands.
Okay.
Okay.
Could you give me that in writing, though?
No, I won't, because I'm not the person who decides what cases get brought before me. All right, so on your lawsuit against them, for the reasons I've described, my verdict is for the defendants. I'm sorry that you lost your property of all that time. I'm sure that was painful. However, you got 2 years that you were able to put the mortgage payment in your pocket, so I assume that ameliorated some of the pain. Good luck, folks.
So the defendants prevail in this case. Mr. Owens does not get the $5,000 he was seeking here. You have $1,000 coming to you from the bank now, or rather the new person who owns the property. So now you're going to go after them, right?
Of course.
And you understand legally
Yes.
everything?
Yes.
You've learned a lot.
Yes, I did.
I think you have. Okay, very good. Well, good luck to you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Sorry you had to move out. And Mr. and Ms. Noel, the judge was sorry for you, but I'm amazed. Are you surprised it took them this long to foreclose on the property?
No, actually, it's Bank of America. We've been in, up and down with them for the longest. So they approved something, they disapproved something. We had a deed in lieu, we had a short sale. It just took a long time.
Wow. Well, you got 2 years. Free. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank
All
you.
right.
All right.
Sorry about what happened. All right. Very good. All right, Harvey.
So, Doug, the bank gets the property subject to all of the obligations that the landlord has, including security deposits.